February 2023. This is Oxfordshire, and this is the A34. Join us on the Circle of Madness. Oh look, there they are, hogging the window seat as usual. Management make the rules, and the rules say you must travel on a day return ticket and use a valid route. You must travel out and back by different routes. Whatever direction you depart your origin station from, you must arrive back on a train travelling in the same direction. And that's what completes the Circle of Madness. So we're kicking off today at Oxford Parkway. And the ticket is Oxford Parkway to Banbury, day return. The route taking us 3.5 miles south to Oxford Station, and then 22 miles to Banbury Station, where we'll do the Great Banbury Pie Hunt. Outbound mileage 25.5 miles. On the way back, 32.5 miles to Princess Risborough. Okay. And then 27 miles from there back to Oxford Parkway. So the mileage on the way back will be 59.5 miles. And that's today's Circle of Madness. Oxford Parkway Station was opened in 2015 for Chiltern Railways services from London Marylebone to Oxford. When the new East-West Link line opens, it will also serve trains to Bletchley and eventually Bedford and then Cambridge as they remake the old Varsity line. Passenger numbers peaked at 1.08 million in 2019-2020, and then during the pandemic 2020 to 2021 that dropped to 128,000. So let's tell you 5 things about Oxford Parkway and Oxford. Thing 1, and Oxford University is made up of 44 separate colleges. Thing 2, and it's an anarchy one. This is not the first railway station on this site. There was a previous station here called Oxford Banbury Road. It was part of the Buckinghamshire Railway. It was only open from 1850 to 1851. Thing 3, pop pickers and 90s pop sensation Supergrass, they were formed in Oxford. Thing 4, and Amy Johnson. She was the first woman to fly from England to Australia. She was a pioneering aviatrix, and she lived in Oxford from 1937 to 1938. And thing 5. In the Headington area of Oxford, there's a house with a 25-foot shark sticking out of the roof. One of those things is not true, and we'll tell you which one a bit later. In fact, when we get to Princess Risborough.
Passengers are reminded to keep hold of all personal belongings at all times and ensure that prams, buggies and wheelchairs have their brakes applied while stationary on station platforms, as fast trains could cause wind turbulence when passing through. Thank you.
No, really, thank you. Show us all of your secrets, Oxford Parkway. Let's rock! The clue is in the name. It's a parkway station and it's got a lot of parking. If you want to make sure you can find your car when you get back, take a picture of one of these handy signs. But if you take a picture of every sign, you'll get some strange looks and you'll never find your car. There are 859 spaces and 152 spaces for bikes. There's a taxi rank outside, and in the ticket hall it's all machines. There's no ticket selling staff. Use the convenient conveniences and charge your phone. Seating in the platform shelters is minimalist, and if you're wearing white trousers, don't sit on these seats.
Doors 30.
Step-free access is via the bridge.
Doors opening.
Platform 1 for half-hourly off-peak Chiltern Railway services to Oxford. Platform 2 for half-hourly Chiltern Railway services to London Marylebone. They've waited too far down the platform. They're going to have to run to catch that train. Oh, they made it.
The next station is Oxford. This train terminates here. All change.
Just outside Oxford we can see these GWR Class 769 units. They're converted Class 319s. They haven't entered service. They never will. They're going back to the leasing company. Welcome to Oxford, the city of learning and culture. And there's some kind of culture on the station sign. Bicycles, lots of bicycles. And a bus tour where they say, you might recognise this street from Inspector Morse. Those Amazon lockers, they get everywhere. There's a fully staffed ticket office and loads of food options. There's Pret-a-Manger, AMT Coffee, there's a WH Smith's, the Upper Crust are there, and there's Marks and Spencer's food. Oh, Morag, that's awfully posh. Don't worry, there's a Greg's, although a steaky bakey is not a pie. Platforms 1 and 2 for Chiltern services to and from London Marylebone. Freeze frame, and look at the lights on these two Class 168s. They're different. Platform 3 for GWR local trains to Oxford Parkway. They're all operated by these Class 165s. And fast trains to London Paddington via Reading and Slough are operated by Class 800s and Class 802s. Cross-country services from Platform 3 go to Reading, Southampton and Bournemouth. There's a lift that you can see out of, and a bridge you can see out of. Here's a sign with the old First Great Western branding. You can eat your chicken nuggets here, and there's a variety of styles of seats, including a seat scrapyard. The Bee Friendly Trust built these bee-friendly planters. Platform 4 is the main northbound platform. You see GWR local trains to Banbury, also services to Hereford and Worcester, which weren't operating today due to a landslip. And then viewed through the bee-friendly planters, cross-country operate hourly to Birmingham New Street and Manchester Piccadilly. Oxford Station is the 51st busiest station in the UK. On board this cross-country service, oh, and there's a surprise, it's crowded. Sit on the right hand side for lots of views of lovely canal boats, and also when you reach the Cherwell Valley you'll see a couple of fantastic viaducts from the right hand side. These are carrying the Chiltern line up from Bicester North to Ainhoe Junction. Then just before Banbury, hop over to the left hand side and you'll see the new Chiltern depot and stabling point. And welcome to Banbury. This is the train the Invisible Traveller arrived on, and we're awaiting instructions for the Great Banbury Pie Hunt. Oh, message incoming.
Hello, Invisible Traveller, management here. Welcome to the Great Banbury Pie Hunt. You have 1 hour to find a pie, eat a pie and get back to the station. Succeed and get a terrific trip next time. Fail and get a terrible trip next time. Good luck and don't.
Thank you, it's a family show. Official start time is 12:10. In 3, in 2, in 1. Go! I don't like to be mean, but I hope they don't succeed, just because I want to see a terrible trip. Hey, if you pick a pawpaw or a prickly pear and you pick a raw paw, next time beware, you ain't got no pie. It's a bakery with no pies.
Who else gone mad?
I'll be honest, I've got no idea what that means. Sushi, they got sushi, but tamaki is not a pie. They got pad thai, but they got no pies. We've been here before, and this is a hill I'm prepared to die on. A steaky bakey is not a pie. Oh, now they're getting cross.
Yes, the samosa is a close cousin of the pie, but it's not a pie. Yes, the spring roll is a close cousin of the pie, but it's not a pie.
Wow, and they're going for the Tesco Express option. That's a mini pork pie. 3 mouthfuls and it's gone. Heading back to the station at a red light stopping program. Oh, they're moving. I'm hoping they get stuck in the middle by another red light. Yes! 1 hour time limit for the Great Banbury Pie Hunt. The Invisible Traveller must be back at the station before 13:10. Green light on the move, but that cost the Invisible Traveller a good couple of minutes. Heading now into the station concourse. Must be back by 13:10, and the clock says 13:01. It's gone to VAR. This is a sensation. And the win has been awarded. Hello, Banbury Station. Tell us all about yourself. There are lots of freight trains. I said there are lots of freight trains. Loads of parking options here. In fact, in total, 978 spaces. That's more than Oxford Parkway. Bicycles! And a cab rank right out the front. There's this handy shop up on the bridge. And step-free access to all platforms via the lifts when they're working. There's a variety of conveniences, vending machines and loads of seating. Platform 1 is used by Chiltern Railway's terminating services. These only operate during the peak, so at 1 in the afternoon there's nothing to see. This disused bay platform used to be platform 2, while platform 2 now is the main northbound platform. Cross-country hourly services to Birmingham New Street and Manchester Piccadilly, and Chiltern with Class 168s and with Class 68s to Birmingham Moor Street, Birmingham Snow Hill, and in the peaks onto Kidderminster and Stourbridge. Platform 3 for cross-country to Reading, Southampton and Bournemouth, and 2 trains a day from Newcastle which terminate here and then go back. And twice hourly Chiltern services to London Marylebone, and when it's a Class 68 heading south, the 68 is at the back. Platform 4 is used by GWR for their services to and from Didcot Parkway. Oh, this train just got married! On the front of the train, that's not CCTV, it's some AI stuff with LiDAR and video. It monitors the track and sends information direct back to Network Rail. Departing Banbury aboard a Chiltern Railways Class 68 and Mark III coaches train, and this looks fabulous. It's proper old school, but it's got plugs and Wi-Fi. But it gets better. In the front coaches, the business zone, it says you have to pay a supplement, but since January 2022, you don't. You can fill your boots in here.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. See it, say it, sorted.
Welcome to Prince's Risborough, and if there were an award for Britain's best train, surely this would get it. Let's just enjoy the humming of the diesel on her ribbons of steel. The bloke from Jamiroquai used to live near here, so I thought we'd do it funky. It's all Great Western architecture. There's a fully open booking office and a fairly pleasant waiting area. Car parking for 280, but rail users only, don't break the rules. And room for your bicycles. The station bridge dates from the late 1990s when Platform 3 reopened and is fully accessible. Platform 1 is the bay platform for peak hour trains to Aylesbury. We're here in the middle of the day, so nothing to see. Platform 2 is bi-directional. Trains from London Marylebone to Aylesbury, they all depart from Platform 2. Plus southbound services to High Wycombe and London Marylebone. Oh, thank you. They all depart from Platform 2. The Up Main Line carries non-stop services to London Marylebone. And Platform 3 is the northbound platform, trains to Bicester Village in Oxford and Bicester North, Banbury and Birmingham. But there's also Platform 4. That's the platform for the Heritage Chinner Railway. Oh, they got nice signs. This carriage for volunteers is going nowhere. It's fully plumbed in. Oh, that's the best seat we've seen all day. And this is the largest surviving Great Western Railway signal box. It dates from 1904. Cut the music! You don't disturb the station cat. This freight train is headed for the Quayton railhead in connection with HS2 construction. Hey, earlier on we told you 5 things about Oxford and Oxford Parkway, one of which was not true. Thing 1, we told you that Oxford University is made up of 44 different colleges. Thing 2 was the Anarchy one. Oxford Parkway is not the first station on the site of Oxford Parkway. The Buckinghamshire Railway's Oxford Banbury Road was on the same site. It was only open from 1850 to 1851. Thing 3, pop pickers. We said 90s pop sensation Supergrass were formed in Oxford. Thing 4, Amy Johnson was a pioneering aviatrix, the first woman to fly from the UK to Australia, and she lived in Oxford from 1937 to 1938. And thing 5, we said that in the Headington area of Oxford, there's a house with a 25-foot shark sticking out of the roof. It's got to be the one about the shark, surely, that's ridiculous. Hey, there's another engine at the back, that's a bonus. Let's have a look then. Oh, it's not the one about the shark. It's the one about Amy Johnson. She didn't live in Oxford. She lived in Prince's Risborough. And the Invisible Traveller going back to Oxford Parkway aboard this Class 168. A little bit rattly, isn't it? It's all muted colours, there's plenty of table seats, and plugs and Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's where I'd like to sit. What we've noticed on Chiltern Railways is that most carriages have 2 different types of seats. So on the 168s there's these seats, and then there's these seats. On the Mark III carriages, the table seats look like this, but if you don't get a table, your seat looks like this. And on the Class 165s, there's 2x2 seating with these seats, and 3x2 seating with these seats. And welcome back to Oxford Parkway, where the circle of madness is complete. In February 2023, this 85-mile trip cost just £7.50. It looks like the Invisible Traveller knows where they park their car. They've got a big drive home, but not as far as these nutters.